You can eat meat, fish, eggs, fruit, and vegetables. You're not going to eat bread, pasta, rice, tortillas, anything else. If it's not in that short list, water, coffee, or tea are fine. You're not eating it.
Now, I have already tried multiple diets for myself. I've went low carb, I've tried intermittent fasting, and if it fits your macros. But there's no other diet as the meats, fish, eggs, fruit and vegetable diet, which has given me such good results with such little effort to actually achieve it. That's why this diet approach is so powerful. And in this video, I want to talk more about it and how you can apply it to your lifestyle to also get into the best shape of your life. Now, I have to say, Andrew Huberman wasn't the first guy I've heard talk about this diet. But once he started talking about it, I knew there must be something to it. Now, I don't think that he needs an introduction for himself. I mean, he's working at Stanford University and has an extremely successful podcast on YouTube, which has already helped me with loads of other things in my life. But now the topic of this video is mainly the diet advice he's giving out to people who want to become lean and improve their body composition. And me, as someone who has already been lifting and dieting since a while, I was curious about finding out how well this diet approach actually works, and I can tell you the results are shocking. Now, as I said, I used to follow traditional dieting strategies. I've tried intermittent fasting, and I've also tried to include cheat meals into my dieting phases to not make me feel too restricted. Now, the main problem with these things is that they oftentimes make us hungrier, and especially also carbs make us crave more food and make us end up overeating. That's why just limiting down to protein and some fiber is actually so powerful. Because if you're just eating meat, fish, eggs, fruit and vegetables, you get in so much protein, fiber, vitamins and minerals that you will feel full and won't start craving other food. That's why it's also a sustainable way to keep the weight off that you've lost when you went on a diet like this. The great thing is also that you will feel amazing even if you're consuming very few calories. Of course, you aren't restricted with your calories. You can eat as much as you want to because it's so difficult to overeat. But still, let's say one day you went pretty low on calories because you just felt so full of the food that you have been eating. Your body still got in the vitamins, minerals and nutrients it needs to be able to thrive. For other diets, this isn't the case. Back in the days when I was dieting down on 2000 calories on a if it fits your macros diet, I wasn't getting in my minerals and vitamins. Therefore, I didn't feel energized. I've started losing strength and all of these negative side effects of going on a diet. But when you're eating such healthy foods which have lots of volume, you will feel full and also get lots of energy whilst being in a calorie deficit and losing the weight that you want to lose. Then, in addition to that, it's also just great simplifying your diet. Many people overcomplicate things. They make it harder for themselves than it actually has to be. Firstly, because they think they need to track everything and then try to include those carb sources they have already been eating, which then make them even hungrier and makes it more difficult to stick to their diet. That's why it's so helpful to just simplify your diet. Just say to yourself that you can eat certain foods and then you don't even have to think about including other things, or you don't know if you can eat some of that and not go overboard. You just know these are the foods you can eat and they will help you to lose weight. At this point, I also need to mention that when going out or even on holidays, it's super easy to follow this diet. I have done it for myself on my last vacation, where I was on a cruise with an all-inclusive buffet. And for many people, this is the place where they gain loads of weight. they go overboard. They just eat all of the junk food and none of the healthy stuff. But with Andrew Huberman's diet approach, I was able to still enjoy myself and eat super delicious food and actually lose weight during my holidays. Now, this wasn't my main goal during this holiday. I just wanted to maintain my weight, but I actually lost 1 kilogram of fat. So this really shows how powerful this diet is and how effortless you can lose body fat. Because I still was eating huge meals. I oftentimes got 3 plates for just 1 meal, and this like 3 times a day. So 3 times on a buffet with multiple plates that I've enjoyed eating. And also for my sweet cravings, I always got some fruit. Fruit is delicious. It has the natural sweetness that we want, which also is very healthy. So you won't even crave sweet stuff if you have been following this diet for some time. Then at this point, I also need to mention another huge benefit of following this diet protocol, and it is the fatigue part, which is just way less than on traditional diets. Back in the days when I followed other diets, I've experienced huge diet fatigue. Of course, this can come from dieting too hard and dieting for too long, but I mainly also think because I felt restricted. I knew when I started eating super delicious desserts that it can only have a small serving, and this was mentally very difficult to sustain and actually do for a long time. That's why a diet where you aren't restricted to the amount of food that you're eating is mentally very helpful to actually stick to it, and it doesn't fatigue you. Many people feel fatigued very quick when they go on a diet, and this is the death of losing body fat, because when we have high fatigue levels, our cortisol goes up. This is the stress hormone, and this prevents us from losing body fat. That's why so many people struggle to lose fat, because they actually restrict themselves too much, and this then leads to them not even losing fat on the diet, and that's a huge problem. That's why we shouldn't be having to restrict ourselves to the amount of food that we're eating. We should just eat foods which naturally make us feel satisfied, which improve our hormonal production, and all of those good things which then again have an impact on weight loss. Because at the end of the day, it's not all about calories in and calories out. Of course, this is the law of thermodynamics and we can't change anything about it. But still, our hormone levels, our hunger levels, and all of those things also have an impact on how easily we can lose body fat. And this healthy and easy diet approach, which Andrew Huberman is recommending us to try, actually is improving all of these aspects and therefore makes weight loss and getting lean just effortless. Now, to finish off, I want to give you an extra tip for when you start following this diet, and it is to weight yourself. Now, the reason why you should start doing this is not to see if you're making progress, because I'm sure you will. I actually recommend it to you to get some extra motivation, because already after the first week, you will lose a bunch of weight. Now, I need to mention that lots of the weight at the beginning of following this diet will be water weights that you will be losing. But still, this will push you into the right direction and show you how powerful this diet is. Because people who have been eating ultra processed foods, loads of unhealthy carbs like bread, tortilla and all of this stuff, they are holding on to a lot of water weight all over their body, on their stomach, even their face. That's why many people have these round, unhealthy looking faces, because they store so much water weight there. Then after the first week of following this diet, you will already get rid of loads of this water weight and see a huge change on the scale, and this will keep you going. After this first week, you might not be losing weight at the same rate, but still the weight that you will be losing will be pure fat, and that's exactly what we want. Because when we're eating so much protein, we will be keeping our muscle mass. We potentially will be increasing it, because animal proteins are super high quality protein sources. They have the best amino acid profile, and therefore it's also very likely that you will improve your body composition, also with building muscle. Perfect. And that's it. This is the whole summary of this diet. And I can say it for myself. I will keep following this diet even though I don't want to lose more weight. Just because I actually just feel so great on this diet and I don't crave anything else. I can eat as much food as I want to, which is something I really enjoy. And these foods make me feel healthy and have all the things in there which create a good life for me. Therefore, I really recommend you to give this diet a try as well and find out for yourself how powerful and good this diet approach is. Now, if you found this video helpful and want to learn more about how you can get into the best shape of your life with very minimalistic work, then this channel is perfect for you. And I would appreciate it a lot if you would like to subscribe. And then I will see you in the next one.